Good morning, everybody. This is Dr. Mo with Morning Cup of Moes. We got a lot of topics going on tonight. We got some foul calls and all that good stuff. This is Dr. Mo Ahmed here to sort of tell you what we got going on and what coffee we got today.
Blackbox.
Yes.
Let's talk about it. What two coffees do we have?
What was it? The matcha latte, and the caramel latte. So we had a lot of comments of, hey, try their matcha. And I remember me and you both looked at each other like,
matcha sounds like it's just too greeny, leafy.
It's greeny, leafy. It's every time I've tried it, it was like very chalky. And I was like, yeah, no. And then, they're actually closed on Mondays.
Yes.
Which I just found weird. And, for a coffee shop to be closed on Mondays. But, it's a private owned business. They do their thing. Day. Yeah, that's a restock day.
Where they get
so we ended up going in. What day did we go in there?
When did we go? We went on Friday.
Talked to them, and then they opened up for us today.
Yes.
Man, they were awesome. The story behind them was just great. She opened up, been there for about 2 years. Her and her dad ran it by themselves. Sarah, correct?
Right? Sarah,
was just phenomenal. Customer service was great.
And now they have a staff of 7.
Staff of 7. So. Yeah, it was just her and her dad. Her dad built everything inside. Yep. That was sweet.
Awesome.
It was such a good
classical.
It was a good come up. Yeah, it was a good come up story.
It's like a nice classical.
And I just loved every second of it. And then that just made me want to try the coffee even more. So we got the matcha. Let's start off with that first.
Matcha. Ready?
Yep. Out of our new mugs, The
mug.
Oh, wow.
It tastes the same as last time.
Wow, it does. And it's consistency.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good.
I would, this is something I would definitely go get over and over again. You don't have that chalky taste. You have a little bit of that matcha taste, but it's a good sweet matcha.
Smooth taste.
I sort of taste a little bit of pistachio. I don't know if there's pistachio in there.
I have no idea.
But I sort of taste a little bit of pistachio in there. Yeah, no, that's good. That's good.
Let me get one more sip so I finish.
Yeah, of course you do. A rating scale that might be the highest yet.
This is the best we've had.
7.2.
Oh, you're going 7?
7.2. Yeah, 7.2. My rating scale's hard, baby. I got standards, baby.
8.
Come on now.
I'm gonna go solid 8.
Okay.
It's good, man.
It is good.
It's the best we've had.
It is the best we've had
by far,
no doubt.
I'm surprised that not a lot of people know about Blackbox.
That walk-up window is phenomenal.
Yeah, it is.
That walk-up drive-through window, that thing was like, I don't know how people walking in that downtown Dearborn area don't know about it more.
It's awesome.
Man, it was very good. What's this next one here?
This is the caramel, correct?
Caramel oat, right? With the oat milk? Caramel latte with oat milk. So both of them are with oat milk.
And she remembered oat milk as soon as I walked in.
Did she?
Yes, she remembered.
Awesome.
I'm like, how'd you do that? More of a coffee taste, right?
Way more of a coffee taste. Yeah. Way more of a coffee taste. So with that coffee taste, a little less of that milk taste, I'm going slightly higher.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm going to 7.3.
I'm going lower.
Yeah, I'm going to 7.3.
I'm going 7.8.
You like it sweeter though.
I do.
Yeah, no, I'm going 7.3 there easy. I could do this on a regular. Like I could do this in the morning. Matcha's my mid-afternoon,
really?
Late night. Not really late night, but yeah, because of sweetness, I can't do it. Like I could do this in the morning. It's got that coffee kick to it.
For sure.
Milk's not too strong in there. It's smooth right down. I could do that for sure. So on our next topic, what is it?
So we're changing it up. Instead of talking sports first, we're going to talk about our serious topic.
Yeah, let's see. Which one?
Basically, we're talking about things not being for someone.
Okay.
Basically, what that means is, how sometimes we hear like the whole topic of like, oh, this isn't for me. And most popular, what do we hear? School isn't for me.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is, at the end of the day, I think anything can be for you.
Okay.
I think that comes back to a mindset thing.
True.
Me and you almost did the same curriculum, correct?
Yeah.
Different schools.
But
probably very similar.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy sitting in a classroom for 7 hours?
Absolutely not.
And then after that 7 hours, sitting another 3-4 hours studying?
Yeah.
No, that was miserable, correct?
Of course. Yeah.
So
for sure.
How is school for you?
So school became for me.
Okay.
Right? So, and when it became for me is when I excelled as a student. When I was going to school for mommy and daddy, or I was going to school to make people proud, or I was going to school for the title, or I was going to school for this, and I was doing it for others around me, I wasn't the best of students.
For sure.
The minute that switch flipped and I realized I need to just buckle down and get this done with, okay? No, I was always a smart student in high school. I flew by flying colors, no issues. I mean, I think I averaged 3.7, 3.8, something along those lines. You're talking in regards to undergrad, same thing. I mean, it just came easy to me. When it became, I was a little challenged with it. Yeah, I wasn't there for me, right? So I think it's me and you may be different stories because the way that we was like, this is our only option. I remember when I was 18, 19 years old, I was running a cell phone shop for my brother-in-law, and I wanted to open up a cell phone shop. I thought I freaking knew everything at that point. And my parents were like, no, your one job is school. You're going to school. So they made that a part of my life, right? Where I knew that was my only option.
Do you believe that things aren't for some people, though?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, from time to time, yeah.
But don't you think it's mindset, though?
It's a huge mindset thing, and it matters. I think each topic is different, right? So if you're talking about for school, there's some people that just have no desire. It could never be a part of their system. They could never make it for me. It's always for other people around them. They don't want to make it for them.
See, that doesn't click with me because I feel like it's just all mindset at the end of the day. I feel like the only thing that's going to stop you in life is you.
Yeah, but if you don't have a desire to make it a mindset, then school's not for you. Like I've known multiple people that school's just it's not a good option for them. They're not going to make it their own. They're always going to try to find a side hustle. And in today's world, school it's got to be your main focus, or else you're going to be in there forever.
Absolutely, yeah.
So to make school a side hustle, it'll never. I don't want to say never. It could work. I've seen working moms do it. I've seen multiple different very successful women and men do it, where they have one job and they go back to school to sort of switch gears. Or my sister went from she was a stay-at-home mom and worked her way all the way up. She's working on her doctor's for her NP.
Nice.
So, and that's she at first she started off part-time. It wasn't her main thing. Her kids were her main focus for the longest time. So yeah, but she wanted that. She had a passion for it. She wanted to succeed in that nature of schooling.
I feel like we're agreeing in different ways.
Like
at the end of the day,
what I'm saying is
something, you're going to do it no matter what it is.
But hey, if you're looking at somebody that wants to lift 1,000 pounds and they don't have the frame for it, how long will it take them to do that? So are they willing to put in that hard work to do it?
Was that a real goal, lifting 1,000 pounds?
For some people, yes. Your bodybuilders and all that stuff, yes. I mean, I'm just saying in general. Okay, don't hold on.
I'm not saying in a literal sense.
But what I'm saying is that there's different things. And you could go on to this same thing as mindset of when you're talking about any type of addiction or any type of prayer or anything along those lines. If you don't want to quit, whatever it is, cigarettes, drugs, eating unhealthy, eating too much sugar, all those are addictions of some sorts. If you don't want to quit that for yourself, you're never going to quit it. It's not going to happen. So schooling, same thing. If you have no desire to go and your biggest thing is that money sign at the end of the tunnel, and it's not the bigger picture, it's the right now, it's hard. It's hard to say, yeah, I'm gonna put my life on hold for 4 to 6 years, sometimes 8 years, and go to school. To put that, which this is a whole nother topic and we'll get to it, to put $60,000, $80,000 to $100,000 down into schooling and come out to make 50 grand, what's the ROI? Your return on investment's not there.
Absolutely not.
So that's where, and I want to get into that different day, different everything.
For sure.
But some people look at it that way and they're like, no, ROI is not there. Why would I do that? I could go do trading of electrician or plumbing or whatever and have a trade skill and make just as much, spending a lot less and start making money off the rip.
Do you think desire changes over time? Like, for example, somebody that doesn't like school, you think potentially later on
they grow into it.
Okay, you know what?
They'll grow into it.
To do this.
Yeah, and I think that's a whole nother thing. Like you got is it BYU? BYU that does the mission trips.
I have no idea.
Bingham Young, I think they do. So right out of high school, everyone goes to BYU. They go through a mission trip, so they really don't start undergraduate. And don't quote me on the BYU, but I think it is. They do a mission trip for like 2 years. And what's happening in that 2 years? You're maturing. You're seeing the world. You become a better student when you're older. I was a much better student at 24, 25 than I ever was at 18, 19, 20. I was more mature.
Yeah,
my mindset was different. My mindset was completely different. So I think that alone was huge. Yeah, you could grow into it, but once again, it's got to be a decision for you. If it's not, then it's it's difficult at that point.
Yeah, but my biggest thing is people write it off without even doing anything. Like in terms of like, you know what, school's not for me. Haven't tried it. Haven't done anything. Like at the end of the day, I understand if you don't go to school, that's completely fine as long as you're doing something. I just feel like it's all about mindset.
You just said it right now though. As long as you're doing something.
Yeah.
People go. I went into Cairo for a passion.
Yeah,
I didn't go in for the ROI.
No, absolutely.
So if I went into something that I wasn't fully in on, or I didn't want to do it, No, that's an option. And no, it wasn't. It would not have been for me. So that's why you can't change that at the point where it's like everything's for one person.
No, I think everything is different for one another, but I think it comes back to the mindset aspect.
It does.
Where it's like, if it's not on your mind, you're not going to be successful.
Yeah, but some people just never have it on their mind. Period.
Why,
so it's
though?
not for them. It's just not a desire. They want to go out and start and get a job, or they have their entrepreneur mindset, or there's many different things that you could work up without the degree.
Yeah, for
truthfully.
Sure.
So, I'm not for it or against it. It's different. But at the same time, no, it's not for everybody. Not everybody would end up going to do that. Like, you got a lot of young bucks come out of high school. They go work at Quicken or work anywhere, and they're making a killing.
No, absolutely.
They're doing what they need to be, and they have no debt to their name.
Yeah, you're right.
So, I mean, where does that go wrong? Why are they wrong for that? They're not.
They're not wrong. Like,
exactly.
There's nothing wrong with not going to school. The topic of, okay, this isn't for me. I think anything in the world can be for anyone.
It can be, but if they're self-aware, they're self-aware and know what's for them and not for them, like, I'm not going to force somebody to go to school, go $100,000 in debt.
No, absolutely.
And they don't want to be there. They're being there for no reason. They're just to satisfy other people. And then they come out and they got the debt.
Because if you're trying to satisfy another person, you're not going to be successful whatsoever.
You're not at all. So I think within mindset you can, and I agree with you with that. Yeah. But they got to have the desire to have that mindset.
Absolutely. I feel like we're agreeing, but in different ways.
But it's just they have to have that different mindset. So on to the next one here. What are we going to talk about? NBA?
Yeah, let's talk about the All-Star selection. So we got the West Pool, which we have Curry, 9-time All-Star, Luka, 4-time All-Star, LeBron, 19.
Of course.
Joker, 5-time, and Zion Williamson, 2-time. East Pool, we got Durant, 13-time, Kyrie, 8-time, Giannis, 7-time, Donovan Mitchell, 4-time, and Jason Tatum, 4-time as well. These are your starters.
Yeah.
Biggest thing from all this is we have a big snub in Joel Embiid.
Yeah. Huge snub.
Embiid averaging, what'd you say he averaged? 36 games, 34 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists.
Yeah.
He should definitely be an All-Star.
Yeah, I'm with you.
People that made it over him, Zion Williamson, what's he averaging?
Zion has 29 games played, 26 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. So, I mean, he's down in all the categories.
Yeah, you're taking Joel.
Donovan Mitchell, I'm sorry, same thing. 42 games played, 28 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Joker, 43 games played, 25 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists. Yeah. He's at least averaging a triple-double at that point. Okay, his numbers aren't as high, but at least scoring, but it's a triple-double. So, Joker, I mean, I don't think you could put Embiid in over Joker, but this is why I hate All-Stars. Truthfully, All-Star
competition. Fan voted.
It's a popularity contest. Yeah, that's all it is. So to actually go in off skill set and look at stats, it's who's going to sell the most tickets.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're looking at,
it's very popular. I'm surprised.
But Zion, they've been waiting for Zion to play.
Yeah.
So should he be in this All-Star? I don't. Maybe skill stuff, but I don't know about being in the game. But it's a popularity thing. It fills seats. It sells jerseys. It does what it has to do.
The Sixers and Nuggets played the other day. Joel versus Joker. Joel Embiid dropped 47 points, 5 assists, and 18 rebounds on him.
He should be in there. No, he should be in there for sure.
It's like you could see that you're so bad while playing. Like,
he should be in there no matter what. But it's a popularity contest, plain and simple. There's no other way to put it. And it's just a matter of it's a moneymaker. How are you going to make the most money and sell the most jerseys and get people in those seats? Who do they want to see more? Zion, I'm sorry, is more popular, especially with what he's gone through with his injuries and all that good stuff. People have been waiting for him. Back. They've been salivating for him to come back. So the fact that he's actually coming back, he's going to get in just on the popularity contest, period. You got Kyrie up next. What's going on with Kyrie?
Since the Kevin Durant injury, he injured his MCL. He's been averaging 33 points. Does Kyrie have a hard time playing with other stars?
I think he does.
Think so?
Listen, Kyrie's unreal. I mean, Kyrie is just a great basketball player.
One of the best ISO players we've
all
ever
around.
Seen.
Yes. So I think playing that second fiddle, which he did with LeBron, and he's doing with KD at times, I think he has a hard time playing that number 2 role, where he should be a number 1. But when he was a number 1 on his own, how'd he do?
He's never done anything as a number 1.
He hasn't. He needs that other piece.
His first couple of years, he got hurt. After leaving LeBron, went to Boston, didn't do anything at all.
Yeah.
Kyrie hasn't won anything since he left LeBron.
No, but he's been a stud. I mean, in statistical stuff.
Yeah.
Every time he's doing his own thing, his ISOs, he's been good.
Yeah.
You can't take that away from the guy.
I feel like Kyrie just gets into his mind at times.
I don't.
Like with LeBron, he went to 4 straight finals. And for him to leave that,
Well, I mean that also, I mean, what kind of? I don't know this, so I'm not
4
bashing.
straight finals.
I'm not bashing at your boy by any means.
Yeah.
But how good of a teammate is he? I don't know this. I don't know.
I think it's a
I don't watch
Kyrie issue.
basketball enough to know how, and it could be a Kyrie issue.
It 100% is, because as soon as he went to Boston, he left Boston because he wasn't the main guy anymore.
He wasn't. Well, that's what I'm talking about. I think it's an ego thing at that point.
Yeah,
so that's why I'm
something.
like, can he play by himself? And I think he has to play by himself instead of with another star. But is him by himself good enough to win? Nope. And I just don't believe it is. So next topic, your favorite. Go ahead, bring it on me.
Oh man, the officials. I've been mad about this topic.
Oh my God.
It's been happening for way too long. The Lakers have been getting robbed. Lakers first time getting robbed was against the Mavs. LeBron drove in, foul on Christian Wood, not called.
Yep.
Then against the Kings, Kendrick Nunn goes for a 3, hits the 3, should have been a 4-point play.
No.
Didn't happen. The officials came out after and said, do not say no.
Okay, but hold on. When Kendrick Nunn went up for the 3-pointer, he had a little lean into him as well.
Yeah, but you
The
have
defender
to let the
went.
player land.
The defender went straight, but Kendrick Nunn had a little bit of a lean to him
But
as
the
well.
guy was in his landing zone.
Okay, but still,
You cannot be in someone's landing zone. It's a flagrant
he didn't
foul.
go. Nunn did not go up and down as well.
Yeah,
Nunn went
he
up and went to the
right a little
side.
bit.
He tried to, so that could have easily been
But
called on
if
Nunn in
your
today's
feet-
NBA. That could have easily, just like they do with Harden, if he throws his leg out, it's a penalty on Harden.
Well, officials came out after and said that should have been a foul.
Of course, they're going to keep on coming out. And now LeBron just got his way after his meltdown the other day.
Yeah, I mean,
he's going to have his
do you
way the
blame
rest of
the
the
guy after
season.
getting
Yes, I
robbed
do.
for 4 straight
Yeah,
games?
I do. Yeah,
No,
I blame
you
him all
shouldn't
day.
blame him.
Yeah, no, I blame him all day.
No, that you shouldn't be. And then after that, against the Sixers, Russell drove in, foul Embiid.
I didn't see that one.
Missed call versus Boston. That was huge.
That was the meltdown. That was the, oh my God, his arm got amputated. You would have thought the way he reacted.
I mean, it's momentum.
Stop.
If you grab someone's hand,
He didn't
bring
grab
it
him.
down.
Stop.
He hit
Because
his hand.
no, stop.
You hit
Because
someone's forearm when you're going up,
when you
that's
explained it to me,
momentum
I didn't
going
watch it live. When you explained it to me the other day,
He hit his ass
you're
foul.
like, he hung on his arm. He basically did
I
a
didn't say
pull
hung
up.
on
Yes,
his-
you did.
I pull
yes,
up.
you
I said
did.
pull up.
He
That's
basically
crazy.
did the way I pay. He basically
No.
did a pull up on his
No,
arm.
no.
He hung on his
I
arm.
did not say
I
that.
was like,
Get
hold
outta
on,
here.
wait. Let me watch this clip.
No.
Watch the clip. Follow it through.
I said he hung on his arm?
Yes,
are
you did. Yes, you
crazy.
did.
I didn't say that.
I'll pull up the. I'll pull up the receipt. I'll pull up the receipts right now.
Pull up the receipts.
So you went and said he's hanging on his arm when he was when he was going in when he was going in and driving in. Okay, it's never called ever.
Yes, it is.
Wait,
People always
let me
call
finish my
fouls.
sentence.
Go ahead.
It's never called, but it was a travel. Okay.
No, get
watch it
outta
live.
here.
Watch it live. Yes,
He
it was.
gathered and took 2 steps.
3 steps. Three
No.
steps. Watch it live. It's going to be
Gathered 2
playing.
steps.
I sent you the clip. Send it or watch it.
I've seen it so many times.
Yeah, because you're trying to nitpick any
No,
little thing.
no, that was
2,
foul.
everyone's always cried and moaned about LeBron going up strong. He finally takes it in. Right, and he knows he doesn't get these calls, and you got the stats to back up that he doesn't get
It's
these
always
calls.
a double standard with LeBron, though.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, because he only has
Go ahead, finish
he
and
only
I'll
has
say what I
8
gotta
free
say.
throws. I understand. What does he average? 8 free throws a game where Joel Embiid's 22.
7.8.
I get it. Whatever it was. Okay, so I get that, and you're right. He does not get all the calls there, but when you're that massive and you're driving in, I'm sorry. Since when is a finger roll taking it up strong? Since when?
What do you want him to do? Dunk on 4 guys?
2 hands.
On 4
Go,
other
2
men?
hands or go up strong.
No, man.
Go up strong. He
These
got
people
slapped.
like you that
He got
hate LeBron
he got
are
slapped on the.
ridiculous.
He got slapped. I don't hate him. I don't. I hate biased fans that only see it one way.
Not being biased.
Oh, stop.
If you go for a layup and my hand's on your forearm, you're not making anything. That's momentum going up. You're coming back
I get
down.
it. And he slapped his wrist.
He
slapped his wrist.
forearm right
and yes,
here.
it should have been a foul.
All day
Yes,
long.
I'm not disagreeing that it was a foul.
See, the thing I hate about LeBron, like people that don't like him, it's always a double standard.
No.
If he goes up and he shoots a shot, oh, he's
No.
a baby. He should have drove.
Okay, and that's-
if he drove it, oh, you know what? He should have shot.
No,
if
he should not have
passes
shot.
to the open guy, oh, LeBron should have took it.
No, he should.
He's doing the right
what
thing
he
every
did the
single
other day
times.
was exactly what he should have done every single time.
Now you see why he doesn't do it.
Because he could take it at will,
Now
but
you see why he
force that.
doesn't do
Jordan used to go in. Isaiah used to go in. All these greats
Jordan
used to go.
have the fans bought.
Stop. He would get
sorry, the refs
clotheslined.
bought.
He would get clotheslined.
There's a
and not
video
get
of Jordan
calls.
talking to a ref, and the ref's like, "Oh, Mike, you sure that happened? You know what video?
You
I'm
love
talking
your
about.
assumptions.
You
You
know what video
love
I'm
your
talking about.
assumptions.
Have you seen that video?
How do you have him bought? How do you have a ref's bought?
Go watch that video.
No.
Go watch
no.
that video. He's
Okay.
legit talking to the ref and telling him, "Oh, whatever, that was a foul." He's like, "Mike, you sure? You sure that happened? You got to go watch that video."
I'll watch it. But it's a matter of at that last play, you see it in the NFL, you see it in the NBA, you see it in every sport. the refs sort of choke on their whistle a little bit with those last seconds.
They didn't choke yesterday
because after his meltdown you look like his arm got amputated.
They
won't do it anymore.
Roughing the passer.
Yeah, that was.
I'm sorry, unnecessary roughness.
Unnecessary roughness. So that as well.
That calls to the game.
There was 4 bad calls in that game. You got P. Ryan, and that's where people are like, oh my God, it's so scripted, right? Calls are the calls, and that roughing the passer, he went out of bounds. He pushed him from behind. It was hardly a push, but it was still he could have called.
Well, that's game changing right there.
It's game changing without a doubt.
Back to officiating though, before we get into the NFL, I'm talking about NFL. I feel like officials need more responsibility, more accountability, actually.
Okay.
Where I feel like in the NBA, when a player does something wrong, when anything happens with a player, what happens to them? They get fined, they get suspended, something happens. In the real world, when somebody does bad at their job, what happens? They get in trouble.
Yeah. Who's judging this, though? How do you know who to fine with the refs?
Bad calls should get fined, yes. Absolutely.
Bro, they're making split-second, nanosecond calls.
Well, that's your job.
They're planning to miss those things.
That's your job.
I get that's their job, but they're gonna miss calls. And that's particular one,
so bad,
he had 2 guys literally watching that play with LeBron, and both of them choked on their whistle because they don't want to make that game-changing call at the end of the game. It was going into overtime.
Well, accountability,
that's what
they
it
should
was.
get in trouble for that. They need to get fined. If
They're
players
not
get
gonna get
fined for the simplest things, I think refs need to get in trouble as well. That's not fair at all.
Come on, bro. Talk about fairness.
Everything in this world, if you do bad at your job, what happens? Is there punishments?
I get it. There's punishments.
The only job where there isn't punishments at all is being a ref.
No,
tell me somewhere where
I don't know if there's.
Job,
no, I'm not disagreeing with you,
fair.
but you can't go through and fine the refs for missing a call.
You should.
So no, they need to change it to the point of there's different reviews, or how NFL takes it to New York, right? But the problem is they'll just slow down the game so much, and that's the issue. So in today's NBA, everything's a foul. Everything. So if they do anything, we'll just recycle all the refs from old to get rid of them because they're not used to calling these tacky fouls that is in the soft NBA today.
NBA be better. Find the refs.
No, and they just need to become more physical. Become a man sport again. That's it. Because that little ticky-tack foul, you go up strong enough, it doesn't matter. It's going in.
There's a man hanging.
It's a finger roll.
Hanging.
There it is. There it is. Thank you. Thank you. Gave me that. You just said hanging. He's not hanging out. He wasn't hanging. He smacked his arm like you would a preschool student slapping the wrist.
I smack your hand, you're not making anything.
I won't make it. That's fine, but I'm not going to cry about it. I'm not going to act like my leg just got amputated.
I don't blame
and cry on the court.
Honestly, I don't.
No, well, that's the problem.
That's 5 straight days of being robbed.
He is the reason why I don't watch the NBA.
5 straight days.
I appreciate him. He's unreal.
That's
He's a great athlete.
BS.
No,
that's not fair at all.
Listen, I understand.
38.
I'm once again not arguing the fact that it was a foul or not a foul in today's NBA.
It's a foul, correct?
In today's NBA.
In
yes.
any NBA.
No, not any NBA.
Refs,
not in the 90s NBA.
Do better, refs.
Not in the 80s NBA. Not in the early 2000 NBA.
Anywhere you
it wasn't until this pansy came into the league and freaking wanted to get every foul known to mankind. The GOAT is Jordan. We'll get into that. I'm not getting into that today. I'm not getting into that today. Let's go to the NFL, please.
49ers, Eagles. Biggest thing that happened here, Purdy. What happened to him?
What was that? Ulnar collateral ligament. That was sprained, strained. I think he's going in for MRI today. So ulnar collateral ligament, UCL, right on the inside here. You could sort of see it happen. I thought it was part of the flexor group when I first watched it live because he came back, his arm got stuck behind on somebody's helmet, and then it sort of slung shot forward.
Yeah. Ulnar collateral ligament connects the humerus to the ulnar.
So it's like upper arm to lower arm. Yeah.
You could see where that gets hurt.
You see this a lot in pitchers, and you see this a lot in quarterbacks. And the way that sprained, they got to make sure it didn't rupture. So that's why that's the biggest fear. So they got to make sure, and rupture is just basically it's completely going apart. So recovery could be anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. It could be if it ruptured.
That's a
long time at that point. Man, they were just. They were knocking out quarterback after quarterback.
Can you come back from that though if it's ruptured? Like how good are you?
Yeah, I mean you could. A lot of rehab. And how good are you going to be after that? And
it's tough because there's so much stress as a quarterback, as a pitcher.
Yeah,
opening up. You're just
stretching it out completely. Yeah, and then it needs to snap back in less than a second.
Man,
so
tough.
I think with that, the minute that happened, he was done. In total, the Niners had 83 passing yards in total. So that is just not going to get the game done. They had 81 rushing yards and then 3 turnovers. You lose the turnover battle, it's done. it's done in today's NFL and any NFL. It doesn't matter what NFL it is. You can't lose the turnover battle. It's a game of possession. So game of possession. CMC had some flashes of just greatness, a couple good runs, but it just wasn't enough.
They changed his helmet. He was supposed to go in as like emergency quarterback or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You didn't see that?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, they changed his helmet where he had the mic set in there.
Because Johnson got hurt.
Yeah.
Purdy was hurt. So yeah, they were just down and out.
The two backups was the Christian McCaffrey and Juszczyk.
Okay. Really? Juszczyk was?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's a beast. He's old school fullback that I just freaking love to watch out there. But yeah, no, it was, Eagles outrushed them as always, 148 rushing yards total between all their running backs.
Miles Sanders, 2 touchdowns.
Miles Sanders, 2 tutties. You had Gainwell with some good gains. You had Hurts with some good gains. And then you had, 121 passing yards, which, as a quarterback, he's not getting but he's an all around. So that good game. Good game if you're an Eagles fan.
Yeah,
it was just if you're a Niners fan, I'm sorry. I coached with one of the Niners fans. We had to do a life check on him, make sure he was good. He gave us a shout out, but he's
right?
he's good. He's good. He's because I know how it gets because I was talking about like I wanted to do a little Super Bowl party for the kids at my house.
He's probably not coming.
And he's like, well, if the Niners are in, I ain't coming. I was like, I get it because if my Steelers are in, I don't want to be talking to anybody. My phone gets I want to be isolated. Yeah, because I don't want the crap talkers. I don't want to hear it. I could take it, but I don't want to have to. Why would I submerge myself into that? There's just no point.
It's just so stressful. You're watching.
Yeah.
Before we get into Chiefs and Bengals, that video you sent me about Joey Bosa, you see that?
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that. I think he's a clown.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to control yourself.
Eagles fans were haggling him, and he's like, what exactly did he say?
He basically called him a broke bee. And he's like, or no, the fan asked him, how are those fines taste? And he goes, I could afford them. I'm rich. And then he's like, I'm not like you. You're a broke bee. And I'm just like, bro, if you're gonna be in the parking lot tailgating with your face everywhere, expect it.
Yeah,
expect
Joey Bosa's a loser.
But hold on, double standard there. Because you're talking about people talking crap to LeBron and that. No, God forbid. Why would they do that?
Who talking to LeBron? Stop. What are you talking about?
When the fans. With the fans, the last week we talked about fans talking to players.
His job. This guy's at a football game not doing his job. That's completely different.
He still can't have that double standard. Can't have that double standard.
That's completely different, though.
On to the Chiefs and Bengals, please.
You're crazy.
On to the Chiefs and Bengals.
I hate you.
Hate is a very strong word.
I'm not cussing.
Burrow, 25 of 41, 270 yards, one tutty. Not his best game. There was a couple BS calls. We talked about them earlier. The one that sticks in my head the most was fourth quarter, the intentional grounding when he was in the grasp.
Yeah.
Samaje Perine was 2 yards away.
How was that grounding?
That should not have been grounding. Yeah. The roughing the passer, at least you could give the NFL consistency. You touch a quarterback out of bounds, it's roughing the passer.
Yeah, he extended his hands out. Like,
he extended his hands out.
Yeah, it's a tough time.
It's a tough time to call it, but they've been consistent with it.
Yeah.
That's one thing with the NFL that they have with those calls with protecting their babies and their faces of the NFL and their ticket sellers and their jersey sellers. They're very good at protecting them, and you cannot touch a quarterback.
The NBA refs should learn from the NFL refs.
Yeah, just consistency at that point. Absolutely. But I think the both games have gotten much softer than what they used to be. But it's just a matter of at least they're consistent with that. Burrow was the leading rusher. Mixon was nowhere to be seen. Perine was nowhere to be seen. He had 30 of their 71 total rushing yards. So that's that was tough at that point to watch that. You can't do that when you're losing time of possession. Everything else is pretty even except for the turnover battles.
You see that Mahomes fumble?
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, but Mahomes still did Mahomes things. Everyone thought he was out. I think even last week we were both like, is it going to be the same? Do we have the Bengals? What's going on? You were all in on the Bengals. I was sort of on the fence. I think I ended up taking the Bengals. I remember taking them. I took the Eagles. Eagles will win it.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, preseason, that's who I picked. That's who I'm sticking with. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
So I think either team could go out there and win. But I'm sticking with the Eagles. But Mahomes, 29 of 43, 326, and 2 tutties. The thing that I was surprised watching Mahomes yesterday was a lot of the plays were still rollout plays. They weren't him standing in the pocket because of that ankle. He was rolling out. He looked a little fragile. He was walking on eggshells a little bit.
A couple of times he got tackled. And I was like,
But he got right back up, and he was a little gimpy on it. But man, he did good. I mean,
Mahomes is actually really good in the pocket.
Yeah.
I think he has the most touchdowns this year in the pocket.
Really?
Everyone's worried about him like scrambling out. He could stay in the pocket and throw it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people forget that.
He's got a cannon.
Yeah, he can throw it regardless.
The guy could throw from his knees. I mean, the guy's just unreal. He's just once again just a freak athlete. That is just like he's gonna as long as he starts taking care of himself and maybe stops rolling out as much or stops taking those hits. That's going to be, how long is he going to be in the NFL for? Just how he plays. What's his style of play? So yourself. He went off, and then MVS showed up. 116 total yards on 6 receptions and a tutty. Kelsey did Kelsey things. They were just an all-around better team yesterday.
Kelsey was a game-time decision. He hurt his back on Friday.
Yeah.
He wasn't supposed to play.
Yeah.
He ended up playing. He cut a touchdown.
Yeah. Did you see his post-game?
Yeah. Burrowhead.
Burrowhead,
my ASS.
Yeah, well, the Burrowhead, and then when he called the mayor of Cincinnati a jabroni.
Oh man,
that was phenomenal. You seen that video of the mayor? So the mayor basically said and put out a PSA, I believe, for the city of Kansas City to all get a paternity test because Joey Burrow is their daddy. Yeah. And that just went viral. That went nuts. So that's where Kelsey came from.
They were waiting.
Oh my God, they were waiting for the downfall of them. So that's it was a good all around game. I was happy that they ended up pulling it off and that it was to the point where better than the NFC game. The NFC game,
that was a blowout.
Yeah, it was a blowout. It was just there. I think it was. Offense versus defense, but the Eagles don't have a bad defense. So right now you got a championship game.
If Brock Purdy plays that game, you think it's a different game?
No.
You think it's still a blowout?
Not a blowout. I think the outcome's the same. I think it's a better game, but I think the outcome's probably the same. It just wasn't there. So right now we got, literally to the point where Super Bowl matchup, okay? And the Super Bowl matchup, you have an all-time offense versus all-time defense.
Who wins championships?
Defense wins championships. And that's where it's like, which one do you take at that point? And that's why I'm just to the point where it's like, which one do we do? Which one's going to win? I'm always defense. That's why I said, you know what? Eagles taking it. I'm sticking with the Eagles. But could you count out Mahomes?
No.
Ever?
You can't.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that's going to be a really good game. I don't know where I'm at with this one, honestly. I want to see Eagles, but again, I don't want to count out Mahomes. I think I'm going to go the opposite side. I'm going to go Chiefs.
Are you?
I'm going
Chiefs. No, I defense. Defense all day. Yeah, defense all day.
If somebody's going to break that defense, it's that boy Mahomes.
I mean, you got Hurts against Mahomes. Hurts could do it.
Yeah.
Hurts could do it. He's still young talent that's going to be there. So it's just to the point where it's like, pick your battle. Which one do you want more? I don't think you could go wrong either way. I think it's going to be a great game. But I think it could, and we'll have more stats and all that. I mean, we got 2 weeks for the Super Bowl. So we'll have more stats and all that good stuff coming up. But, I'm also looking at your wonderful sweatshirt that you got. And I love the Block M. I really do. Okay.
I should have got you one. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Hold on. Show the other side. Who is that?
This right here.
Who is that? Is that the GOAT?
No, it's not.
Is that Jordan?
No, it is not.
I think it is.
That is
way to sponsor him, baby.
Nike.
Wait,
that is
that's
a Nike
Jordan.
Product.
Nike. That's the greatness.
That is Nike.
That's
Who's
air
Jordan
greatness,
with?
baby.
Who's he with?
That's it.
I'm just supporting Nike.
He's got his own brand, baby. He's got his own brand. That's the GOAT. Good shirt. Good shirt. I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate the shirt.
You know what's crazy? I actually had a sweater on. It was a LeBron sweater. But I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna put this on. I'm never ever wearing a Jordan thing ever again on the show.
Yeah, you will.
Because of you. Thanks for calling out. What are you wearing?
It's a great shirt. It's a great shirt. Oh,
man.
Nike Elite, and we got Jordan shirt here. What do you mean?
I'm gonna get you LeBron.
Greatness. I won't wear it.
Yeah, you will.
No, I won't wear it. So, on the next.
My coaching. We gotta talk about.
Oh my God, I forgot about
debut.
that. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
I forgot about that too.
Yeah, you had your day. How'd you like it? How'd you enjoy it?
Listen, man, I loved it, honestly. Because at the end of the game, when that one kid had that pick, I don't know if you noticed, I was running with him.
He almost knocked the kid over.
I was running with him.
I didn't notice it. He was knocked the kid into the wall.
I was running with them.
So, what you think about the last minute? Go ahead.
I'm going to talk about the whole thing first. So, in my mind, before actually coaching, I feel like coaching isn't the biggest thing in the world. But after being in coaching for a little bit, I mean, obviously, it's a very short span.
Yeah.
It's chess.
Yeah.
It's just my biggest thing. I wasn't looking at our players, to be honest with you. I was looking at the other side.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are they doing that we can attack?
Yeah.
And just sitting and looking at everything, it's legit chess.
Yeah.
Where it's like, this piece goes this way. What follows it? And what's your next move? Don't think about the next move. Think about the move after the next move. Which it's crazy.
Yeah.
but it's fun at the same
So you
time.
had 2 good calls yesterday. You had one, yeah. You had 2 good calls. We kept on sending one on a streak because he was just our burner.
Yeah.
But you came up to me. I think it was 9 minutes left in the second half, and he said send 2 streaks.
Yeah, because the safety
was just biting on one streak.
Guy.
He was taking the one streak.
Yeah.
So I delayed one guy and said, hey, come back, act like you're doing a comeback, do a stop and go, and give me a streak on that. And we hit it twice. We hit it twice on that. Like,
yeah,
no
and
doubt.
the other thing, that one guy was playing like 10 yards off every single time.
Oh yeah, bubble screens all day. Yeah, you just run that bubble screen all day. But so here's my question of the rewarding factor that I get every week in and week out is it's flag football. You're gonna get scored on, right?
Yeah.
But it's how do you persevere and come up after getting scored on. So you watched it yesterday. You were there. You lived it. Okay. What was it? 57 seconds left. Clock was stopping, and we drove it down. And the kids cheered like. How'd that feel? Explain that feeling.
That was awesome because like our emotions at that time were like very still at that point.
Yeah.
Where it was like, okay, we got to drive down this field. Time's against us. We got to go down and we got to score.
Yeah.
And when that one kid caught it in the end zone, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at the refs. I'm like, you better call something. And when they said touchdown, just everyone started
going nuts.
Going crazy.
And I think that was watching them there go off. And that's going into a 2-week bye right now because it's the NFL flag football. So they take off during the Pro Bowl and Super Bowl. So we won't have another game for 3 weeks now. But the way that they came about and then the way that they'd celebrate, because we started the season 0-2. We lost one game we should not have, and then the other game we weren't ourselves. So I'm going to give it up. It wasn't a good team, but we lost them. So we're going into the bye 2-2. I don't think
How many games is it?
Only 6. This season's spring's only 6 games. But the fact that has a good taste in their mouth for the next 2 weeks and they get excited about it, that brings a huge thing up for the next game. And I think that's where they start believing in themselves. You know what I'm saying? So that confidence booster is just huge at that point.
Yeah,
especially at the beginning, you've seen a couple of them had their heads down.
Yeah.
And they came right back up.
That's just coaching at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Next play.
And that's where
the old play. Let's do it.
That's what you see me doing on a regular. And that's why I talk about that on a regular, because it's like you can't dwell on the past at that point.
It's done.
I think it was the other call you had. You had the streak. I said you had 2 calls. The other call you had was putting that one kid at middle linebacker. And just
the blitzing kid.
Send him in on a blitz.
Oh, yeah.
And he was just, the minute that happened, we got 2 picks. He forced 2 picks.
He had a pick at the end.
He's the one that had a pick at the end. But that was I put the big guy that it was like our stud. Remember, I put him to shadow their stud.
Yeah.
So I put him on man cover. We run his own, but I put him on man, and that's where I'm saying game of chess. You're correct 100%.
Exactly what it is.
It's a matter of what can you pick on that they're doing and change it up. So you got to be able.
As a coach, it's like a game you can't physically impact, but you can mentally impact.
You mentally
it as a
impact.
coach. And like I never realized that, honestly.
Yeah, and you can't go in with a script and not expect to call an audible. You know what I'm saying? Because you just don't know what's showing up that day. You know what kids you have, but how much talent is showing up that day? How much heart is showing up that day? How much mindset is showing up that day?
Not only our team, you have to look at the opposite
their team as well. So you sort of have to go at that point. And that's why I think coaching is just so important. Younger me didn't see it. It wasn't until I started coaching I started seeing it.
I didn't see it till yesterday.
Yeah. No, it was fun. We'll bring you back. I just filled a couple spots for the Canton Lions.
1-0, so I think I need a max contract if I'll come back.
All right, so that was a great episode, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, click that bell. If anybody that you know would like to hear anything that we said, please share it to them. It goes a long way. I'm Dr. Mo Hazimi.
Mo Ahmed, thank you guys so much.
Morning Cup of Moes. Have a great day, guys.
Have a good one.